In Minnesota, it would actually depend on the kind of property that was being seized or forfeited and the state's ability to prove whether that property was actually used in the commission of a crime. So for example, if we're talking about DUI, sometimes vehicles that have been used in the commission of DUI can be forfeited. Usually this happens if this is your third offense within a 10-year period. And if that's true, then the state would actually have the burden to prove that not only was this vehicle used in the commission of an offense, but that it contributed to the offense being committed as well. There are some exceptions to the law or some defenses that some people can raise. For example, if I just lent my car to a friend of mine who then used it to get a DUI, I would have absolutely no control or no idea that that's what the car was being used for. My car should not be taken away from me for that reason. We can raise what's called the innocent owner defense and essentially get vehicles back for the people who really didn't have anything to do with the commission of that DUI. In other cases, sometimes things that are taken would be, for example, if there's a large sum of money sitting next to a pile of drugs or contraband, for example, sometimes that money can also be forfeited by the state. Again, the state would have to prove that that money is somehow linked to those drugs or linked to that illegal contraband. In some situations, we are able to prove that, for example, maybe you just cashed a check from work and that's where you got the money from, or maybe you just made a large withdrawal from the ATM and that's where the money came from. There are some reasons why we would be able to prove that that money has absolutely nothing to do with the drugs or the contraband, and we could raise that defense and get that money back for you as well. The large thing to remember in a case like this, though, is that the state has the burden to prove that this property, whether it be a vehicle or the money, is used in the commission of a crime. It's our job here at Sieben Edmunds Miller to make sure that that's not what happens and that we are there to protect your rights for you along every step of the way.